What's up, everybody? I am OBG for TastingSkills.com, and this is your news. See, that was already better than yours. Before we jump into this, do you want to learn how to taste like a pro?
Yes, please.
Well, if so, head over to TastingSkills.com and put your email into the little email box.
Talk to the camera, not me.
Let's see, and then you'll get some shit from there and some t-shirts, and you can check out our text sheet and other helpful links to some of our favorite things. And now back to the show. This week, the maker of Shiner Bock beer, the world famous, I don't know what that word is, Spotzel Brewery from Austin, Texas, decided to jump into the hard seltzer game with their new line of Shiner Straight Shooters. What will come in 4 flavors with 4.5% alcohol, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and only 90 calories, just like every other one, whatever. Yes, these craft brewed seltzers will be wild cherry with natural wild cherry flavoring because it's called wild cherry, so what else would it be? Grapefruit and lime with grapefruit and other natural flavors, probably lime. Lemonade with natural lemonade extract, and mango with natural mango flavors. Yep, you heard it right. They're turning this into a healthy canned seltzer that is direct to a large segment of the population that isn't into beer, maybe, and that are health conscious. Yep, we've hit insanity right now.
It's because of you.
I'm killing this. You're boring.
We're gonna get good at this.
You're real boring. What are you doing, Rue? You're confusing the dog. But wait, it gets better. Then there's Coca-Cola apparently re-entering the alcohol beverage segment with, wait for it, I know you're not gonna get it. Yes, you guessed it. Topo Chico. Tangy lemon.
Topo Chico.
Topo Chico. Lemon hard lime seltzer after acquiring Topo Chico mineral water that had a cult-like following in the south of Texas and the north of Mexico for $220 million in 2017. Coca-Cola has now decided to expand the brand into the seltzer category. Big surprise. Yes, but if you're excited to get smashed on this, then you have to wait, since it's not going to be released in the US until 2021. What fucking year are we in right now? I can't keep track. Okay, yeah, that's it. But this isn't their first try into this category. In 2018, Coca-Cola got into the alcohol canned beverage in, you're missing a word there, in Japan with a line of Lemon Hall. This is a mix of grated lemons and sake that is traditionally made by local taverns all over Japan. These canned drinks come in 4 strengths, and I'm not making this shit up. 1, Lemon Hall Honey Lemon at 3%, Lemon Hall Classic Lemon at 5%, Lemon Hall Salt Lemon at 7%, and Demon Hall Demon Lemon at a whopping 9%. I tried finding more information, but since I don't read or write Japanese, the only thing I could find was some shit about on their website about some specs for the 2020 Japan Olympics. Are those even happening this year?
Yes!
They are? Are they gonna have no? I don't understand how that works. Okay. Meaning these would have been available for 2020, but sadly they won't be. So if any of you know where I can get some, or if you've ever had them, please comment below and I will respond. The one thing I'm sure of is that this will change the game, since Coca-Cola, the most powerful brand that has the most powerful distribution network, is now getting back into alcohol distribution. And if you think about it, they could eat up anyone easily, and everyone would love to partner with them. Like, I don't know, Anheuser-Busch InBev. Like, why not make us the biggest fucking alcohol beverage company in the whole wide world?
But that's monopoly.
Ugh, that doesn't exist. I don't think so. Anyway, they could merge and completely eliminate one whole infrastructure. I'm not sure what infrastructure you're talking about. And that's what Wall Street only thinks about. And this is unfortunately my prediction for what is going to happen in the future. Coca-Cola is not going to get into this though until, remember, 2021. And the current year is 2020, the 2020 that will never fucking end. This week, some exciting news. Bowmore and Aston Martin in a partnership revealed Black Bowmore DB5, which to me sounds like douchebag 5. 1964, third and final edition to celebrate the Aston Martin DB5 1964 on-screen debut of none other than James Bond.
What's your name?
Bond. James Bond.
What?
Remember, I am OBG. The initial release price is, guess what? 50,000 pounds, which is $65,000 in US, I believe. Why is it so expensive? Well, a few things. This is the oldest distillery in the Islay, and it was established in 1779 by a local merchant, John P. Simpson. The distillery changed hands several times. 1963, some dude named Stanley Morrison was a whiskey broker. He bought it in 64 and apparently did some shit where he upgraded some coal thing to power steam, or I don't know, some shit like that. Installed new boilers and was bringing modern era distilling, and they did their first batch in November of 1964. They put 600 liters, which in US is 155 gallons, into something but, I don't know what that says. They stayed dormant until we got a look at them in the autumn of 1993. Starting to feel dizzy. When Bowmore came out with a 2,000 bottle, 64 29-year-old, 50% ABV, 100 proof, first edition. Out of nowhere, at that time it wasn't a big deal since it was about $100 per bottle. It followed up with another 2,000 bottle release in 1994 of the second edition, not tooth edition of Black Bowmore 64, and this was a 30-year-old at 50% ABV, 100 proof. Same fucking shit 1 year later. Black Bowmore and the third edition of the 1964 31-year-old at 49% or 99 proof, 1% less, whatever, you get the drill. Now at the time, the first edition was about 80 pounds or 120 US per bottle on average from the first edition to the third edition. But the craziness really came when, after really defining where we are today, since it took 20 years for Bowmore to release another gem from vault number 1. I don't understand what's so cool about this vault, but that's all right. In 1957 vintage Bowmore with only 12 bottles. That's right, 12 for the whole fucking world, and they're probably sitting in some douchebag's fucking collection somewhere. Made in the history of the Bowmore distillery. The whiskey has aged in bourbon hog barrels in vault number 1 for 54 years. And the release price of this whiskey shook the world in 2012 with a whopping $150,000 bottle, or 100 pounds, I think you meant pounds at the time. And Bowmore didn't disappoint with more vault number 1 gems in the following years. 2013, 200 bottles, 61 50-year-old Bowmore released bottle lots at 50 per year, so they spread them out from 13, 14, 15, and 16 at 23,000 per bottle. That's a lot of fucking money for a bottle of whiskey. In 2017, we got 2 releases. The first one was, again, only 74 bottles, a 66 vintage for 26,000 each, and 150 bottles of the 64 50-year-old Black Bowmore at 30,000 per bottle. And finally, for fuck's sake, this is a long story, we got 232 bottles of the 65 52-year-old Bowmore at 30,000 per bottle. So today, what would you pay for one of those fuckers?
I don't know.
Well, I made a chart. Here's my pretty chart. See all the things, 93, 95. So, the 95 first to third edition goes for an average of, let's just call it 27,000. When we look at that insane 57 vintage that came out at 150,000, it's now worth somewhere around 710,000 on average, if you can fucking find one, because again, remember there's only 12 bottles and they're sitting in some douchebag's basement. And without a doubt, the 4 other releases that we got from 13 to 18 were all a great investment, and it's easy to see. The Bowmore 61 50-year-old was at 23, and now it's at 78, and the 66 was at 26, and now it's at 98, and the 64 was at 25, and now it's at 80. That 52-year-old, well, that sounded weird. The 65 52-year-old was 30,000, and it's now 50. No, I didn't pay 30 grand for a 52-year-old. And that brings us to this week's announcement of 25 fucking bottles of Black Bowmore DB5 64 31 for yes, You got it, 65 grand, which will likely fetch more than 300 grand in a very short period of time. Have to be a genius to understand and see why every whiskey drinker ever has wanted a release from Vault 1. It goes up on average over 3 times. And some of them get really lucky and they go up 250 times on average. So do I want a bottle? Fuck yeah, I do. I want to get drunk on that shit. Hell yeah, I want one. I know that all of this seems usurped. That's a big word, but this is a financial investment. Not something you drink unless you're crazy, rich, and stupid.
Right here.
Crazy, rich, and stupid. All of the above. This is a living work of art and not something that you drink. It is the last of the inaugural run of November 5th, 1964. So yeah, it's fucking expensive, deal with it. And if you want to learn more about Bowmore, or the pricing, or where you can get one of these bottles, I put the links below to everything. And that brings us to, dun dun dun!
Fuck you.
Hold my fucking beer.
Fuck you.
Hold my beer. No, really, hold my beer.
Yeah.
No, really, hold my beer.
Shut the fuck up.
So, since none of us can afford a $65,000 bottle of that Aston Martin, please, please, please don't drink hand sanitizer. And why would I say that? Well, this week, the CDC warns against drinking hand sanitizer for, I'm pretty sure, the second time since this pandemic started. And yeah, I'm not making this up. Federal health authorities issued a formal warning, because it needs to be formal, because the informal didn't work, on Wednesday about the dangers of drinking hand sanitizer and alerted poison control centers across the nation to be on the lookout for cases of methanol toxicity after 4 people died and nearly a dozen became ill. Natural selection. From May 1st to June 30th, 15 people in Arizona and New Mexico were treated for poisoning after they swallowed alcohol-based hand sanitizer like a bunch of morons. They were admitted to the hospital. Then the average patient's age was 43, which is not how old I am. And 13 out of the 15 were males. No shit, because males are not the smarter species. As my husband would say, proving once again that females are the superior species. But the part that isn't being talked about is that all of these patients had a history of swallowing alcohol-based hand sanitizer products. What the actual fuck? And as of July 8th, 4 patients remained in the hospital. Among 7 patients discharged from the hospital, 4 had no sequels, which I think that's what that says, and 3 were discharged with new visual impairment. No fucking shit, you drank hand sanitizer, you morons.
Is that a word?
What?
Sanitizer?
Don't be a hater. Anyway, that's it. Give me my beer back. Peace out. I am OBG. TastingSkills.com. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and click the bell so you get the notifications and you can listen to me all the fucking time. Peace out.
Let's see how you do.
I did amazing.
Sounds perfect.